Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, huh? Well, this is the pool pond 1 year update. Now, I stepped away from bucket ponds for a while. I did continue working on my projects, but I needed some time to unwind. But it's 2023 now, and it's time for some new videos. So I thought, why not kick off the year with an update on the pool pond? So back in April of 2022, last year, I acquired a large kiddie pool from a local dollar store for pretty cheap. I dug out a hole in my backyard, a nice little spot right here that was just your old grassy backyard. And we started to build our beautiful new ecosystem right here. I used the very same soil that I dug out of the ground as our main substrate, and I planted it with water taro, giant elephant ears, duckweed, spike rush, and Nutella macroalgae. Now, this macroalgae is our main source of filtration for the pond. There are no mechanical pumps, there are no, water pumps or air pumps or anything like that. We're relying on nature to do all of the hard work for us. And I have to admit that I absolutely love my Nutella macroalgae. But here's the pond as it was set up. And it was a little basic at first. I added some plants around the pond over the course of the year. And after about a month or so, everything started to develop. Our water taro started to spread all these new leaves out, and some insects, some local, creatures moved into the project. We have some dragonflies here that began to roost on the plants. They started laying their eggs in the pond itself, and I was very happy to provide a habitat for them to coexist. We also had some other interesting friends move in, such as these 6-spotted fishing spiders, which I was very surprised to see. These guys are pretty cool. The main goal for this project was, of course, to provide a place for our mosquito fish to breed, and I also stocked it with a few wild fish that I caught. I believe they're also mosquito fish. I'm not going to put anything large in here. I'm not going to put a bass in here or anything like that, as it's just a bad idea and it's not sustainable for large fish. But these small fish, these insects, even a few crayfish in here, that's totally fine. And with a project of this size, we should do quite well. But over time, this project became my most favorite thing about the channel. I just wanted to show you guys the pool pond every day. I wanted to talk about it with everyone I ran into. For a long time there, I was hoping that someone would pay me to build projects like this. That would be my dream job. Water gardens, ponds. It's not a big budget thing. Anyone could build something like this. But I even included some of our giant reeds here, a few cuttings, which didn't get much of a chance to grow last year, but they should be coming back this year, and that's pretty cool. We even have some lily pads in here, which I collected from the wild some time ago. But here we are, May 9th of 2022, and the project was still going strong. Our fish were quite happy and healthy in here. Our plants were growing. The water looks a little brown, but keep in mind that this is a natural pond. It's not going to be crystal clear. I'm not doing any maintenance out here. I just trim the plants a little bit and, I irrigate things and let nature take its course. Over time, our elephant ears grew immense. They were very large, and they offered an interesting dynamic for the pond. By adding shade to about half of the pond, we created a different sort of dynamic. You have a full sun area, you have a shade area. We have some different temperatures of the water here, some hot spots, some cold spots. And that allows different creatures to move throughout the pond and find where they would like to be. We also had some larger friends move in, some pig frogs, and I was very excited to see them. They were so cool. At first, they were very afraid of us, but over time, they seem to have lost their fear of humans, and they just simply ignore us at this point. But the pond became a beautiful frog pond, and we took a little grassy spot in our backyard and turned it into this beautiful ecosystem. I think that's amazing. And here we are today. That's right, this is February 10th of 2023, and it's cold out. We've just come out of winter. A lot of our plants have died back, they've fallen back, and that's fine. I say it does look rough, but over the course of this year, when spring comes, you're going to see all of these plants absolutely erupt into massive growth, and it's going to be great. But as it is now, even at the end of winter, our fish are thriving in here. They've continued to spawn throughout the year. I can't get an accurate estimate of their numbers as there's just so many, and I'm happy to report that there are 0 mosquitoes in this project. Our fish are absolutely voracious predators. They consume any little creature that happens to be in this water, and that even includes our snails. Our bladder snails seem to be mostly immune to the fish, to their predatory actions, but I noticed quite a few ram's horn shells floating around, and that had me a little worried at first. I thought maybe something might be wrong with the pond, honestly. But here they are, our snails are just breaking down these leaves that happen to fall in. And I was looking at the pond today, and I happened to see this surprising action here. That is a ram's horn snail being attacked by our fish. Yeah, this is a little hard for me to watch. I love our snails. I don't want to see them come to any harm. But the fish are actively eating the ram's horn snails, and this is very interesting to me. We have created a literal food chain out here, you guys. The snails consume any loose particles of food, any leaves that happen to fall in here, any debris like that. The snails will consume it happily. And then our fish will consume the snails. And I did not expect this, but again, it is somewhat painful to watch, but it is very interesting to see our fish acting like this. We've created a food chain, a real ecosystem that's based off of fallen leaves and debris falling into the pond. I don't really clean it much. And here you can see our banana plants have started to fall back from the winter weather, but they'll come back. And our giant reed cuttings, they didn't get much of a chance to grow last year, but with the way these reeds work, these little new plants here, these little bits of new growth, they'll just burst into a massive I lost my words there for a minute. They will burst into a huge new plant soon. And I thought, it's time to clean the pond up. This is the first bit of cleaning I've done out here other than trimming the plants occasionally. I was trying to pull out some of the algae that I thought was, filamentous algae, unwanted algae, essentially. But I came to find out that this is actually Nutella. That's right, that little bit of Nutella that we added to the project to start with has absolutely skyrocketed. It has exploded into a massive amount of new growth. And at this point, about half of the pond is actually comprised of Nutella macroalgae. This stuff is an amazing filter, and it's part of the reason that our water quality is so good within the pond. And, I used to sell Nutella way back, and I still have people today asking to buy Nutella from me, as it's somewhat rare to purchase or to find for sale. But I don't sell it anymore, but based on my old prices, we have about $300 or $400 worth of Nutella macroalgae that has grown in this pond from that small amount that we started with. So here's the bit of material that I pulled out of the pond. A little Nutella, some duckweed, some spike rush, some debris from leaves and things, and a few elephant ear stalks got into here as well. I know what you're saying. Elephant ears are toxic, and of course you cannot eat them. But I have to tell you that it's not killing my fish or my pets at all, and my snails are even eating the elephant ear leaves and stems, which is pretty interesting to me. Apparently bladder snails can consume the elephant ear material and use that to grow their shells. Even those little crystals inside that are so bad for humans to consume, the snails can handle it just fine. But yeah, guys, with this material that we're pulling out of the pond, we're probably going to build a new ecosphere. With all this new growth that we've had out here over the course of last year, with all of the new creatures that I've seen off camera, the leeches and all these interesting things that have come to us, we're going to be able to build some beautiful new ecospheres this year. Things like we've never seen before. I'm currently acquiring some new jars and things, and we're going to have us a great year. It's going to be a really good 2023. It's going to be good for the channel, and I hope to share it with you guys and have a lot of fun. So yeah, once again, at this point, the pond looks pretty rough in February after all the cold weather. But I'm happy to show you in our next pool pond update in springtime. Once all these plants erupt, it's going to be beautiful once again. But for now, guys, that's it. My name is Terry. This is Bucket Ponds. I hope you enjoyed the pool pond 1-year update. And I have more videos planned for this year. We're going to make a bunch, and we're going to have a lot of fun. To all of my subscribers, we're up to 615 now. That's great. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And to those of you that subscribed back when we only had like 12 people watching the videos, I remember each of you by name, and I'm very grateful. I hope you're still watching. So have a great day, guys. I'm going to leave you with a little montage, a little music, and I'll be back with the next video very soon. This is Bucket Ponds. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.